everybody, and welcome to another live drawing party with me, Danny Gregory, and you, and lots of our pals all over the world. So, I see Sigrun has just joined us from Iceland. That might be a first. Sigrun, I don't think I've seen you here before, but it's very nice to have somebody from Iceland here. Robin from the North Georgia mountains. And Suzanne Cologne, how nice to see you. Namaste. I hope that you're having an okay time. Yes, thanks for joining me. And who else do we have here? Patty in Central California, and Wilma in San Antonio, Texas, Dawn Marsh, and Carol and Crypto Cat Colhoun in Albuquerque, no less. And Chris in Kansas City, Steve in sunny Raytown, who just bought some birdseed. That's so nice. There are many, many birds here. I've closed the door because, you know what? I'm tired of them trying to steal my thunder. I woke up this morning a little bit early, and the birds were deafening. And I thought to myself, we're living in this new house. What if there's constant bird din? First seems like a nice thing, but oh my God, what if we can't deal with it? What if we can't tolerate huge amounts of constant bird din? That would be scary. I don't think that'll be a problem. I think they tend to calm down. They're like very, very excited when the day begins, as we all are. And then I think after a while, they're like, all right, I got to get to work. And they go about doing their bird business. We had a major quail altercation again last night. Thousands of quails pounding into the yard and trucking all around and fighting and zooming around. It's been kind of insane. Yes, the dawn chorus, as Allie calls it. Yes, it's true. It is. We have it in New York. In fact, there's one particular bird that sometimes seems to land near our house at 4 in the morning, and we've come to call it, if you'll excuse my French, the asshole. Because at 4:15, it starts singing outside of our window and sometimes wakes us up and we're like, asshole. But it's a small price to pay to be surrounded by nature. And nature is actually going to be our topic today. We are going to draw natures. Hopefully you have some kind of nature somewhere, or even a photograph of nature, or you could draw these weird trees behind me. There's got to be nature somewhere in you. So we want to focus on nature today. We're going to draw some nature. So think about what that could be. C.J. Herford says they've lost most of the quail to the local wild turkeys. What does that mean? That turkeys eat quails? I've heard of turduckens, which is when turkeys eat ducks that eat chickens. They don't actually eat them, but we eat them. Or some of us do. I don't, but yes. Okay. I had a very trying morning because I thought that our internet was down. I can imagine what that's going to be like if that happens. It isn't, but that was kind of crazy. So I'm a little unprepared and a little dithery this morning, more so than usual. But I did want to show you a photograph that I took last night. If you'll hang on a second, I want to see if I can export this photograph because it was really cool. And let's see if it'll allow me to do it. It was having a problem with it before. Oh, I think it worked. Oh, okay, good. It did work. Okay. Here's the photo. Let me just see if I can import it using this thing. Ah, yes, I can. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Do you know what that is? No. It's not. It's the pink moon. So last night, we knew that the pink moon was coming. I'm not quite sure what it is. I know that it's different from a blue moon, but it's basically a big full moon. And this moon, my brother-in-law, who I've told you about before, who's into astronomy and planetarianism. Planetarianism? Is that a thing? Yeah, he eats planets. He had sent us a picture that he had just taken of the moon with his telescope. I think it was amazing and spectacular. And we were like, well, there's no moon here. We don't see it. And suddenly it started to come up. And that's what it was like. It was enormous, and it was like the sun. And in fact, all evening, it looked like all the lights were on outside because that moon was so spectacular. So that was really great, and I hope you got to see it. But if not, you'll see the slightly less pink moon tonight. But yes, that was really amazing. All right, so speaking of nature, I want to play not an interview, a chat that I had with my buddy Lapin. Some of you may know Lapin. Spectacular is illustrator, illustrated sketchbook keeper, urban sketcher, and he is also a teacher. He's lots of things, but he's French and he lives in Barcelona. And I spoke to him 2 days ago, and I just said, I just call up my buddies periodically, and I say, "What's going on in your town? Like, what are you doing to keep busy? How are you feeling, and so forth." So, I want to play you a little bit of that conversation, and in which he's going to also talk about this project that he's been doing because he can't really do urban sketching. He's drawing plants, and so that's what I was asking him about, and this is what we talked about.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I studied that one today. Um, that's a good way to forget about everything. Just relax.
You have a lot of plants on your roof, do you?
I do about 150, so it's full of it around here and behind. So yeah, hundreds of species, and so I think I could manage to stay a couple of more months if it's needed. Hopefully not.
Well, the good thing about plants is they change. Unlike buildings, they
Yeah,
change, so you could always go back and draw them all again, and they'll be different.
and even turning it a bit, it's a totally different landscape. It's what I like about it. I'm thinking about the one I'm doing right now, Ionium, but I may just only sketch that plan on this drawing, but from a different perspective, so it will totally fill the page. I think it could be interesting.
Yeah, they're not sketchbook drawings. You're really drawing them on sheets of paper too, on an easel. I
Yeah,
see. That's different
that's
too.
a big paper I ordered just before the quarantine. Uh, I'm really glad I get that at home. Usually I would have been very impressed, intimidated by such a